Welcome to Girls on Fire.
Hi, guys. We're back with an extra special guest. Actually, I think he's still mad that he's not our first guest. We
Yes.
so happy to have Bryant Hawkins with us, or like we like to call him, B-Hawk. B-Hawk, thanks for being here with us.
Thank you guys for finally having me. Better late than never.
Yeah, it's the second one.
I'm the first HTM guy, I guess, right?
There you go.
Exactly.
All right.
Well, no, this is extra special because we're going to be releasing this sometime this week, but next week is HTM week. So
Yes.
we're going to be talking all the things today, but we're going to get started. B-Hawk, tell us where you are right now in your career, how long you've been there, just in case nobody knows you, which I feel like everybody already knows you.
Um, I've been in the industry for 30 plus years. It'll be 31 years June 1st. And I'm currently in New Orleans, Louisiana. Works for TriMedics, site manager at Children's Hospital in New Orleans. What else you want?
And that's it. And
That's
HTM
it.
on the line.
Oh, HTM on the line. That's my podcast that I do. And also I do motivational videos and blogs. Now I have a newsletter coming out, humanizing in healthcare. So just trying to do a little something, something.
A little, you got everything going.
I was going to say, no one works harder than Bryant Hawkins Sr. He also DJs and is a photographer, and he's a father and a great, like, the list is
Yeah.
endless.
Yeah, I
Go
got a
on.
DJ gig this
How's your
weekend.
whole bio?
Hey, I try to stay busy.
That you do.
Well, B-Hawk, we like to do a little segment here to just kick us off with some positivity. I know that you are one of our biggest fans and supporters, and we appreciate you because you've helped us so much get this thing all kicked off. So we start here with our moments of joy. And that is basically, we just want to start with something. It could be like the littlest thing. I talk about the Starbucks lady through the drive-through all the time and how she makes my day, to something big. So if you have one, you can start off. If not, me or Kristen can start off.
Sure, I can start off with one. Actually, I got some joy today. My mom had a little simple procedure where she had to get a pacemaker replaced because she had it many years ago, so she couldn't do an MRI because of the age of the pacemaker. But now she has a new one, so she's able to, if she happened to unfortunately go into the hospital, she can have an MRI, and everything went fine and successful. So that's my little joy for today.
Oh, yay, Mom. I'm so happy.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, mine's going to sound really dumb after that.
You shouldn't have let me go first, eh?
Because I didn't go last. I didn't know you were going to tug at the heartstrings.
Ours is really not that. That was really good, B-Hawk.
Yeah,
Pressure.
that was good. Okay, fine. I'll go, I guess. My moment of joy was actually last week. We were at the HTM Mixer, and HTM Jobs just started their first ever virtual career fair. If you want more information, reach out to me. But Sydney and I were talking, and we're like, if it's a success, which it was, thank goodness, we were going to treat ourselves to some Stanley Cups. Neither of us own one. We give it away every time at the mixers or expos or whatever shows we're at as our door prize. And Jamie overheard us talking about it, and she asked for my address, like texted me and asked for my address. I was like, that's weird, but I'm not going to question her. And she texted Sydney and I and was like, I overheard your conversation, and I think you girls have already done an amazing job with what you're doing. And you were saying such nice things about my kids at dinner last night. And I've never met Jamie's kids, but I would literally take a bullet for them. That's how obsessed I am with them. And so she ordered us Stanley Cups on her sweet own
Oh,
expenses. They got
wow.
delivered to us. So it was just, it's such a joy to have. I'm obsessed with it. I was just so thankful that she did that. I was like, that's such a good leader to overhear that, and just literally ordered it 15 minutes later. I was like, boom.
That was
So
Wow. Wow. I just texted her my address too. She's gonna be like, why, Bryant? And when she watches this episode, she'll know why.
you want a bright orange Stanley? Matches our hair.
Hey.
And that was a good one.
Yeah.
Honestly, both of you guys have a great no. Mine is this weekend. I went to West Palm Beach to see my mom for Mother's Day, and then I also got to see my goddaughter. She had her Holy Communion, so I was able to go there. So it was like a double take. But I gotta tell you the coolest thing. Okay, so West Palm Beach Gardens. It's in South Florida. It's a little bougie there, and everything. And we're at the church for my goddaughter's Holy Communion, and I looked behind me for whatever reason, and there was this very tall man, and I looked again and I go, is that Michael Jordan? And I go,
No.
no. And I go, no, Megan, there's no way, right? So then my cousin was sitting in the front row because it was her daughter, and she texted me, and like I looked at my watch, and she goes, Megan, is that Michael Jordan? I go, it is Michael Jordan. It was Michael Jordan. It was the coolest thing I was like, oh my, I can't believe he's at the same church as me right now. It was crazy.
No
That,
selfie?
No
yeah,
self, guys. First of all, I'm not Catholic, but Catholic churches are no joke, okay? Like, can't move that seat until everything's done. The priest or whatever was, I don't even know what it is for Catholics because I'm not Catholic, but I was like they tell you can't get up or anything like that till everything's over or anything. But I just like could not believe that Michael Jordan was behind me. So that was my moment of
Wow,
joy.
that's pretty cool.
that's so awesome. I'm Greek Orthodox and I went to a service for Greek Easter not too long ago, and you forget that it is so serious. Like
Anyways,
you can't be asking for selfies mid sermon, but maybe after.
he was gone. He was like I feel like people probably like saw him and like everybody kept looking back like, is that really him? And then he was like, I gotta get out of here.
I've
Mm,
been spotted.
yep. Well, it's not hard to spot them, probably.
No, he's the tallest man in the room. Oh my goodness. Okay, well those were great. But we're gonna go ahead and start with our hot topic, which is really just all about B-Hawk today.
Oh, oh, that's good.
So we told B-Hawk that we wanted to, so this is a young professional podcast. We have all ages that watch our podcast, but it's mainly a young professional podcast. So we wanted to get some advice from you, B-Hawk, since you've been in the industry for 30 plus years and you've been all around and doing all the things that you've already talked about that you do. So we want you to give some of us young professionals or people who are wanting to get in the HTM industry some advice on what you wish you would have known when you started back 30 years ago. So if you have a couple pointers for us, we are all ears.
Um, what I would have known 30 years ago, wish I would have known 30 years ago. Man, that's a pretty tough question.
Start young.
What I,
Easy.
it's so
Welcome to
hard,
Girls on
man,
Fire.
because they have so much stuff today where I wish they would have had technology back then. I'll say that
Yeah.
because we had to do all of our work orders by hand. So I thought I've reached heaven when they came out with carbon copies. So when we're doing a work order, we get two copies so we can give one to the client and keep one for ourselves. I thought that was heaven.
That was
But
living.
yeah, but now they have computers because we used to have our medical equipment was like a like when you go to a doctor's office, every patient has his own folders. That's how
Right.
we did medical equipment back then. So
Wow.
anytime we did a work order, we had to put a sheet and file it away.
What if you lose?
So yeah, sometimes you get a technician to keep the folder on his cart. So we like, where's the equipment folder so we can
Right.
know what the history is in it. So we didn't have computers, so there was no software. So I wish I would have had that back then. And as far as if I was a young person, they have like you guys, HTM jobs. And I shared this when I was in Wisconsin last week. When I finished school, there was no biomed job. So I would first, well, when I finished back up, when I finished school, I grabbed the newspaper right there. I grabbed the newspaper to see if I could find a job in the classified
Oh
section.
my, me and Kristen are like, wait, you can go to NewYorkTimes.com and I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was no, I didn't know what the jobs were in Texas or in Florida because I didn't have their newspaper. So I wish we had that back then that we have today, which makes things a lot more connected. So those type of things makes today's technicians have it so much more. It's more advantageous, I would say, for a young technician than it is back then. And also, we have more mentors because back then the industry was still fairly new.
Right.
Whereas now you have people that's been experienced enough so they can share knowledge. There was no MD Expo back then. There was no MD Expo. There was no technician. So a lot of things we have today is a great advantage than what we had back then.
Yeah, I feel like also for people our age, like trying to find mentors, especially ones that are accessible on social media, can sometimes be tough. I feel like people in your generation don't always take well to social media or want to try to learn how to navigate some of the younger technology. So it's really refreshing. You honestly are better at every social media platform than me. And I feel like I should be better at that. So it's really awesome that you've just like taken over podcasting and LinkedIn and you're influencer of the year for a reason. You really have dived into engaging with people your age, older, our age, and just making it like such a good platform to use.
Yeah. And like I said, that goes back to maybe we all question. I wish I had someone like me. So that's kind of the reason why I do what I do because sometimes young people really just have questions. And that's something that I try to be a resource for. And you do not have to be dating me, talking about people my age. I mean, how old do you think I am? like,
Okay, well, I call you Big Bro, so I don't think
yeah,
that old.
there you go. At least you didn't say Papa or Godfather.
You're Megan's
Um,
cousin, so
yeah,
it's
so I'm still in the sibling ranks. Okay, good.
old cousin Meg and
Oh,
Hey,
little
there
sis
you go.
Chris.
There
oh.
you go, man. Hey, hey.
Well, I have a question for you with all of everything you're doing. So, as somebody your age, what is your favorite social media platform to use, and which one do you think is the most which one do you think is the most beneficial for somebody who is trying to get in the HTM industry? LinkedIn, you think, or something else?
Well, I only use two. So Facebook and I try to dabble in LinkedIn. TikTok, it's just, I don't know. I can't get it, but it's entertaining. But to me, LinkedIn is one of the ones that I would recommend. And I tell all young people to get on LinkedIn because that's like a professional Facebook, I'll say.
Right.
And that's somewhere where you can really network at. Now, a lot of folks are using Reddit now. I don't know if y'all heard of Reddit. I mean, is that
Yeah.
something? Okay. A lot of folks are going on to Reddit and using that to network. And a lot of sites are coming up, and some people are even making their own networks. Someone just recently texted me something called BMed Galaxy. You ever heard of that?
Hmm.
It's a site that's they put on there like he was telling me to share my podcast on there, and he was also putting on there like suggestions, end of life equipment. So I don't know if it's overseas or what, but they sent me a message this morning about it.
Right.
Someone named CJ. That's
Well,
all he had.
that. See what CJ's doing.
I sent a reply to him. He never replied back to me. So
Well, I was gonna say I agree with LinkedIn, and then I think a lot of people are just, and I know this isn't social media, but like podcasts. I feel like everybody's listening to podcasts. Even I mean, our podcast is just supposed to be like a fun, like very easy, just me and Kristen laughing a lot and just trying to be entertaining to take you away from whatever hectic's going on in your day to day. And people will tell us that they just get a lot of their information from podcasts. So it's awesome to see yours and Sherelle from Multi Medical Systems and Chase and all of these people that are doing podcasts, because I feel like even though we talk to some of the same people, I feel like we're getting different perspectives on all of them, and they're all done a little bit differently. So I feel like podcasts are huge right now, or coming up to be a little bit bigger for us in this
oh,
industry.
man, have you ever like there are a million of podcasts. It's like it's unbelievable how many podcasts they have out there. But in the HTM industry, I only can name, like you said, about four maybe
Yeah.
that I know of. It's not too many of them. I mean, they're coming up though. There's a gentleman I saw on he started a YouTube page. Oh man, I wish I knew his name. He started a YouTube page about HTM. So
Oh,
I think we're gonna get a
Yeah,
lot more.
I was gonna ask too about YouTube. I feel like YouTube, I used to like when I think of YouTube, I think of me as like a weird little kid, like looking up funny videos. Like that's what I use YouTube for. Like or music videos, like the newest, Beyonce music
Mhm.
video, whatever. I don't really use it as an informational resource as much, but I've noticed myself since joining this industry doing that more. Like when my car didn't start yesterday, not a
Mhm.
moment of joy. I immediately went to YouTube and Googled like what are some reasons my XYZ car wouldn't start up, and that was the first platform that I thought to turn to. So what are your thoughts on like YouTube in the HTM industry?
Like you said, I use it also for how to, but the reason I started using YouTube is a lot of people use it for other things. So I figured that's their platform. So that's the reason why I went on YouTube. It's just because it's easier for people to access. Everybody is not on the podcast like Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And sometimes people hate just logging on to your website, but if they subscribe to the YouTube page, whenever you guys post something on YouTube, you get an alert. So
right.
whenever y'all post your podcast, you get an alert on your cell phone. So that's one of the cool things about YouTube. When you subscribe to that person, anything they put out, it alerts you. So that's the reason why I use it because everybody else uses it.
So
Yeah.
I you had said that you have HTM on the line, and then you're doing your like more of the motivational like videos and things of that nature. So what are you talking about on HTM on the line? Like what are some of the topics and things you'll discuss there? Are you just interviewing people, or is how is it done?
For the podcast, like what I used to do with the podcast, I tried to go the route of just talking about topics,
Mhm.
and I found that I found myself being bored with it,
Right.
listening to myself. So I said that's when I decided to do the videos and put a little music behind my voice, so it kind of it pictures and videos, so it kind of helps paint the picture better. And I use the podcast to more or less bring attention to people in the industry so that they can get their flowers or their limelight on, kind of so to speak. So, and I'm probably gonna give my little secret out, but hell, it's no big deal. Like, like I do the
Do
podcast, and yeah, let's not tell anybody. I do the podcast, and then I do the motivational videos, and that's like the news. And then I do the blog. It's like the newspaper for the podcast and the videos. So I do all three. It's like I try to catch all three worlds and combine them together. And that way, if you don't like to hear me talk, maybe you like to hear me write. see me, see me right, I guess, whatever way I want to say it. Or you can listen to a 2 minutes of me. So I try to do all different angles. And the newsletter is something I'm trying to do is to bring in, like you guys are kind of sort of just bringing fun. So the newsletter is like I'm interviewing people from different backgrounds, not just HTM. It's people that's the end user, which is also healthcare technology management. If you work in imaging and you operating a MRI unit, you technically part of healthcare technology management also. So I'll get that person to write an article once a month, and I use James Doran from CBET. He sends me an article.
Mhm.
He's with compliance, and then Glenn, he sent me something as far as like recruiting, and I'll try to reach out to an international person once a month just to sort of give a little variety. You know, I kind of like eh, get inspired by this company called MD Publishing.
Never
You
heard
know,
of them.
and
Never
they do a lot. They do a lot of different things. You know, they don't do just one thing. So I kind of like a baby them. So I try to do a little bit of everything just to keep things fresh. So that's probably where I get all this inspiration from.
I love that. So I have
And
a
look,
question too.
go ahead.
I feel like, with my job with HCM jobs, we work with a lot of students or just like people entering the industry. And the one thing that we try to emphasize on is social skills, networking. Like you said, you encourage everyone to make a LinkedIn account just so that they can grow their connections in the industry. Because it's not only great to have a mentor, but also just as you advance in your career, knowing as many people as possible. So, what would be a suggestion to someone that's entering the industry other than LinkedIn on how to best put their best foot forward in a social way?
Number one, I would say if you can go to a trade show or join an association, BMAT association, if they have it in your town. And if they don't, then that's where LinkedIn comes into play because people will have webinars on there. So I would tell a young person, try to get as much information as you can. Follow people like Bryant Hawkins. He's constantly sending out stuff and hot, I'm about to say hot girls on fire.
We'll take it. Say it.
Girls on fire, follow them. It's just, you know, get as much information as you can as a young person because I mean, the industry is evolving so much to where you can never get enough information and you can never be too informed. So I would encourage them to just feed off all of the social media that's out there for them.
Yeah, no, okay, so we can go ahead and finish this off. I want to see if you have what your advice is for somebody who's young like us.
Like all of us.
Exactly. There you go. There you go, little sis. All of us.
That's
What do you think? You're a mentor to many, like you said, in this industry. I mean, to us, of course, as well. But to someone who is just getting in the industry, what do you think is one of the biggest challenges? I know we had talked about some of the things like you wish you would have had, like technology, mentorship, things like that. But what do you think is one of the biggest challenges for somebody who's just getting in the industry right now, like as a BMAT one?
Honestly, it depends on where they went to school because sometimes they'll come into the industry and you may come from a great program where you kind of already have some type of introduction to the industry. But my advice to a young person, you asked me, or no, you said what the challenges are. You asked the advice already. One of the challenges I think a BMAT one would have, I have an intern right now, and soft skills is definitely one. Just being able to talk to the staff because it's in our industry, it's a blessing and a curse because you don't know what you're going to come to work. It could be a great day, it could be a terrible day. I guess that's why we love it, and that's why we might not like it sometimes. So my advice would be to them, one of the challenges that they will have to overcome is communication, because it's very important on how you communicate with the staff and their concerns. Because a nurse might call you with some concerns for a piece of equipment, and how you respond to her can mean the world. And
Right.
unfortunately, a lot of youngsters don't communicate much. Everything's on their cell phone now. So they don't have that engagement with people like they should to me. So soft skills is one of the biggest challenges to me.
Well, your son's in the industry, if people didn't know that. And how old is your son?
He'll be 22 in July.
Wow. Okay, so he's been in the industry for 2 or 3 years now.
It'll be 3 years in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I know, I'm sure he talks to you all the time. Is he very outgoing like you are, or is he more reserved?
He's like, he's reserved. He's more outgoing when at home. Yeah, he's real outgoing at home. When he's around people he know, which is one of the reasons why he don't come to the shows. Well, two reasons why. People too old for one, he says. And
He at MD, come hang out with us.
I tell him he's coming to the next one. I tell him, man, look, just come.
Yes.
And so he's no, he's not outgoing. Like he's not me. I'll put it that way. He's
Well, I
when
think
he
Megan and I talk a lot about this on our show, like imposter syndrome as a young professional. I feel like that just comes also with like probably not feeling confident yet, being so new. You don't want to overstep. You don't want to seem like you know more than a, senior position. So that could be a big part of it. But I feel like that's also where the mentors can come into play. And there's a way to keep that level of professionalism and still showing that you're confident in your role and the skills that you know, but it's okay if you don't know something to ask for help or, turn to someone that you trust to be like, hey, I really could use some help with this.
Right.
yeah, because he's a lot better now with the industry because he has a lot more experience. And I try not to be that daddy that's trying to catch every. I try to let him try to feel his way out, make a few mistakes, and learn on its own instead of just overbearing. Hey, man, watch what you're doing. Tell me, I kind of give him his space, but he'll call me if he really has a question, and we
Right.
work through it. But he's getting better.
He gets a
That's
2 for 1. He gets you as a dad and a mentor.
Absolutely. And he plays that son card right. He begs a lot still, so.
I would too. Power to him.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad we could talk about him a little bit, but that's awesome. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun with you, Bhawk, before
Uh-oh.
we let you go. So we did this with Sydney when she came on the show, and we did a this or that. So
Sydney. Don't say Sydney name.
don't say that name. Sorry.
Yeah, the
The
first
other
guest, the other guest, the Krieg.
one.
So we did with someone we will not name. We did a this or that rapid fire. So Chris and I are going to go back and forth. We'll give you 2 options. You pick, and it's just some fun that we're going to have to end the show.
All right.
All right, Kristen, go first.
Okay. Early bird or night owl?
Oh,
Salty
which one
or
you want me? Which one you want me to talk about?
just keep
Wait.
going. Bhawk,
Oh,
it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I just
Salt-
answered once.
Yes.
Okay.
Salty or
Wait, say it again.
salty foods or sweet foods?
Vote also.
Okay.
I don't understand how this game works.
So I gotta just pick one. I like them both.
I'm really going to stump you in a minute then, but I'm going to do another easy one first. Okay.
Mhm.
Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Vodka or vodka?
Vote. Are you drinking vodka right now?
It's a Monday.
You should have had a cocktail.
Oh my gosh, I know. This is the first Girls on, I almost said Hot Girls on Fire. This is the first Girls on Fire after hours. Okay, mine was going to be DJing or photography.
Oh wow. Currently is photography. DJ is my first love, but I'm into photography just because I don't know what these young people listening to today. So it's like and I've been doing a lot of graduation weddings, Lord, a lot of graduation parties lately, and the music these kids listen to, I'm like, I play it, but I don't know what they saying or whatever. I just
Just
play it.
rotting our brains.
I don't know if
That's
it's coming in on the right timing or whatever. I'm just playing it because I don't know it and not feeling it, and I'm just whatever, you know.
Bhawk, you literally do it all. I feel like with the photography. How long have you been doing the photography and DJing?
I've been DJing since '96,
Wow.
and I started doing photography. Don't think that you was only 1 or 2 years old then or born. I saw your brain looking up.
I was like,
Was I round? Look, now photography really started when my kids started playing sports,
oh,
and I was that dad that was filming everything, and I'll make that end of the season video for the team sports. And I just got into photography, so that's like my passion right now, though.
That's awesome.
truly. Honestly, the one piece of advice that when she who shall not be named and I went on your podcast, HTM on the line, you said as long as you work the hardest and you're up
Yes,
earliest and stay latest, you will achieve anything you want to achieve. And that
yes.
has stuck with me. And I'm like, that's so true. And truly, no one works harder than this man right here. So we're so lucky to have you as a mentor for the podcast in the industry. Megan and I don't hand us a wrench. We don't know what to do with it. But if we have any questions, we know that we can always call on you
Yep.
to make us not feel dumb if we don't know something. So we really are just so grateful for you and like love what you're doing in every way.
Couldn't
Hey, I
have said
appreciate you. I appreciate you guys too. What y'all doing is great because I know the effort it takes to put on something like this. It's not easy, and it's especially doing video. I mean, that's why I haven't graduated to the video game. It's tough, and I appreciate you guys' efforts and keep doing it. Hot girls on fire. That's sticking up me now, man.
I like it. I kind of want to change it. Call it Girls on Fire.
no, this episode we're gonna put Hot Girls on Fire with Peacock.
Just 3 hot girls on fire.
Just 3
Hey,
girls
hey,
on
hey. Wait, 3. Wait, where's the third girl?
You wouldn't wear the wig.
Stop it.
fire.
We
Oh
could have
my.
seen you Sydney's, or sorry, she who shall not be named.
Come on, come on, I'm getting warmed up now. Can I reverse it? I'll become the host, ask you guys some questions.
Go for it.
Go for it, Bianca. You can ask us some questions.
Okay, great. I'll start with you, cousin.
Good, I got scared.
What what do you like the most about the HTM industry, in your opinion?
Well, I started just over 6 years ago now. And honestly, I had no idea what I was walking into. I didn't know what technician was. I didn't know really what a biomed was, anything like that. And so I felt like I had to learn it from the ground up, what you guys do. And I only know the surface level. Like Kristen said, I can't turn a wrench or anything like that. I only know what you guys do. But going to MD Expo, being a part of Technation, being part of that community, starting YP at MD, and doing the 40 under 40, which we're going into our 3rd year. I know that everybody a lot older than all 3 of us get worried about, sometimes if there's enough people in this industry to take it over. And from doing the YP at MD, 40 to 40, this podcast, all of that, there really is. Like, the people that are coming up in this industry are amazing, and they're doing the coolest, craziest things. I mean, when we were watching the Tech Choice Awards at MD Expo, it's just so inspiring. Like Emmanuel Issa for Mercy Ships, like what he does.
Yes.
Jennifer, that I had breakfast with you, B Hawk, and Jamie, and all of us, her new book that she's doing, like that's so cool that people are not just doing their jobs, they're doing all these other things to just try to expand the industry. So that motivates me alone to want to keep doing things like this and just be a champion, I feel like, for the HTM industry and what everybody does here. So I don't know, just being a young professional is cool here.
Yeah. All right, little sis, you ready?
No, I'm scared.
Dang,
Yeah, that was too good. My answer was too good.
Yeah, that was too good.
Yeah, there you go. So you HTM jobs
Yeah.
and you Hot Girls on Fire. Which one you enjoyed the most? You rather like working with Krieger or Megan?
Are you
I'll say
kidding?
both.
Okay, I'm gonna take a page out of your book on the this or that and say both.
Both.
Both, they're different in the
Mhm.
best way. I work in the office with Sydney, so like having a good friend that we're thick as thieves and we do everything together. So having that personal connection in the office and being able to turn and we bounce ideas off each other all day, and then getting to come on here with my favorite redhead in the entire world, Megan, and just chat and it doesn't even feel like work. So it's the best of both worlds. I get to work and have fun.
Okay.
See, so I'm better. Work and have fun.
There you go. I'm not done. I got another hard one for you guys.
Oh no, that was making sense.
Don't have nobody on your show who can ask questions also. See, you're messing
Yeah.
up now. Now, this one here, and Megan, you can't choose Jamie.
Okay.
And Kristen, you can't choose Krieg. I'll
Okay.
say Sydney after. Oh, I said it. I want to say it after the show.
Mhm.
Or Megan. So, who is your favorite person in MD Publishing? You only can name one.
Oh, actually, I was gonna say, I mean, I love everybody there, but there's one person that comes to my mind that just makes me freaking laugh all the time, and it.
What are we gonna say?
No, I'm not choosing you, Kristen, because it's too easy.
No, I know. I think we're gonna say the same person. Is
John
that
Wallace? Yes, that's what I was gonna say. We love John Wallace, our editor. He's
Okay.
funny. He's a
okay? So one of the things I love the most about indie publishing is we are a female dominated company. We have
Mhm.
all women, and then two men named John.
Two
So we
two
always joke,
Johns.
yeah, two Johns. So we say in order to work at MD Publishing, you either have to be a woman or named John. So, which is not true, but that's our joke. So, it's in our office, I would say, is mainly young professional women as well. So, we have our accountant Diane, and then the rest is our art team that are all young women in the Nashville office. So having John Wallace, almost like he would kill me if he heard me say father figure, but truly is just such a comforting, warm soul. He will make you laugh so hard. He always brings the jokes. He's so complimentary. I'll come in the office and be like, new sweater? Looks great. I'm like, thanks, Wallace. Like, it's just so nice. And he truly just is someone that you can turn to for a laugh or even turn to for advice because he has like a million kids and moves all around and just is such an amazing person.
Yeah. No, John Wallace, and I'm gonna also point out, so in our office, I have the mom office. So it's like Jamie, Kristen, the other Kristen, and then I wanted to mention Joanna, who's our office manager, and you guys don't see her because she doesn't come to the shows, but she is the sweetest human in the world. She is the other Kristen's other half for the shows. She does all of the behind the scenes things, any of like your name badges, things like that. She like makes all the sign-in sheets happen. Like that's things that people don't see, at the show. And I think it's so important. And she has the best attitude ever. She's literally like half my size, honestly. She's this short. And she's a mom of three, and she is, I think, a year older than me. I'm 31, so she's 32. And I just feel like she is just so sweet. And I want to point her out because those people don't get that credit because not everybody sees that. And that's important to know.
Speaking of not getting credit, this just popped in my head while you was giving that
Oh.
extremely long shout out there. Who would you guys say is the hardest working person on Hot Girls on Fire show?
Out of us two?
No, I'm always more than just you two. There's other people that help make this thing come to life, right?
Oh,
Kennedy.
Y'all want to say it? Y'all want to say it together? On the
yeah,
count of three. One, two, three.
Kennedy. Yeah.
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 Kennedy edits our show for us. And like we love our graphic too. Our art team created that. So this is like everybody does something. I feel like Jamie's the one who said we should do this in the first place. She's like, you two do a podcast, and that's how it happened.
Yeah. And then our web person, Cindy, she makes sure that it gets, I mean, Megan and I literally just talk. That's
That's
all that's all we bring to this table. It's everybody else that does everything. Kennedy edits it. She throws in funny stuff. Our art team makes killer graphics and promotes it. Cindy gets it on the site. I mean, we really just talk. So we wouldn't be, and that's another reason that we think you're so amazing is you do everything that those four additional people do on your own.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. But let's hang on Kennedy for a while because I was
She's gonna
talking
love
to
this.
her. I was talking to her and I said, look, man, we got to get you from behind that camera, and I want to bring her on my show so maybe I can motivate her to come because I told her the work you do. I know how hard it is to do editing, especially behind all the laughter y'all put in. So she's probably got to do a lot of cleanup. So I think what she's doing is phenomenal, and also she's also like my little sister too. Because whenever I see her, she gives me the. And so I think she's always hiding behind the scenes. She never gets in front and gets her praise. So I'm kind of like trying to give her some love and flowers. So when she see this, there you go, Kennedy.
Oh, she's
She's
gonna
going
cry.
to cry editing this. I'm
Hey,
not kidding. I'm gonna make sure that she edits this tomorrow when I'm in the office, and I'm not gonna say anything, and I'm just gonna sit there
yeah,
and like wait for her to do it and be like, what?
she is, man. She's so humble, man. I'll be like, man, you do a great job, and nobody knows that's her until y'all say it. But I mean, it's something that she just quiet about it, So
Kennedy's been here since she was born, but Kennedy officially started it with me like 6 years and we were both kind of started at the same pace. And what she started with like doing in the beginning and what she does now is like 10 million times more. It's crazy the amount
wow.
she does, honestly.
Yeah.
Social media, MedWrench, like she handles all of our YP stuff, the editing of videos, creates graphics. That stuff's hard. I don't know how to do all of that. So yes.
Sound like I need to steal Kennedy and bring it on HTM on the line. Huh?
Oh no,
Gotta watch it. We didn't bring you on here to steal our people.
Hey, I'm recruiting too.
B-Hawk is trying to like set some division of us trying to like make
He's trying to derail Hot Girls on Fire.
There you go, Kennedy. Come join me. I got space for
So
you.
Kennedy, she's also our office cheerleader. So when we're talking about just like our MD publishing team as a whole, she's the one that I, I don't know if John assigned her that role or if we just all looked at her and was like, okay, you're the main person that brings sunshine to some of these meetings. Like just keep doing it throughout the year. So she like one day was like, we should do a bingo. And she like bought a mustache and glasses and a pocket watch and we played office bingo and it was so much
Wow.
fun and like just small things like that. Like you're right, people don't get recognized sometimes because they're not the loudest and most, even though she is so outgoing. They're not always brought to the front of the shows or the podcasts and stuff. So shout out.
Yeah, yeah. And you guys been doing great too.
Last question, B-Hawk, and then
Uh-oh.
we'll let you go. Who's your favorite MD publishing employee?
Who's your favorite in publishing?
Oh man. Oh gosh, man.
You can say John, it's fine.
No, it ain't no, it ain't John. Either one. Oh man. Um, if I had to say, and all you guys are special,
It could be Jamie.
It's gonna
yeah,
be Jamie.
it's gonna be
It's
Jamie. Yeah.
It's always Jamie.
No, but I'm gonna tell you why though. I told her this. My first expo was in Vegas, and I didn't know a single person, and I had on my little B-Hawk hat, and she said, "What's up, B-Hawk? Come sit down here next to me." And she really, I don't know if she does it for everybody, but she made me feel like I was special. And from that point on, anytime we talk, she always was like, "B-Hawk, what's up? How you doing?" And to this day, we still super, super cool. So yes, I'm a little biased, she's my favorite.
No,
And
that's fair. And I'm not just saying this, like she literally makes everybody like there's something about everybody that makes them feel special. Like that.
She
yeah,
does the small things. She
I
listens.
sent her, I
She
sent
makes.
her I sent her my address. She sends me a picture. Is this your house? I'm like, I Stanley Cup. So
She's so amazing. That's
I
so
tell her, I want my Stanley Cup. I don't want you to take a picture of my house.
funny.
But
She knows where you
just,
live.
yeah. So, but Kristen, you're second. You close second to her.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go.
What the heck?
Hey, she's my little sister, man. You close, cuz. You
That's
know,
fine. B-Hawk.
you know.
First
Honestly,
is the worst.
if you
Second
ask
is the best.
me, her favorite, so it doesn't matter.
No, we love everyone. This has been so fun. Oh my gosh, I'm
So,
giggling.
so I got one more now. So, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite HTM professional?
You.
There you go. There you go. Come on, Megan. Who? You can't say John.
It's not John.
And don't say any of those guys at that other company that you said supposed to be our number one fan. I won't give their company no plug.
Oh, no, that's not them. Actually, I don't know who would be my favorite. Oh, you know who my favorite is? And I love her to death. It's Allison Wolford. I am obsessed with her.
That's a
She
good one.
our wife here, but like I love her. Also, I love Dewan James too. Such a kind human being.
You just mentioned both names together, huh?
There's too many. It's so hard
Kennedy, edit that part out, Kennedy.
Kennedy puts devil horns on Megan for the entire podcast.
Allison, she is super cool. Allison too. I'm
There's
responsible.
honestly, I know you
I'm
didn't ask me this,
responsible for her
but
too coming. Go ahead.
yeah,
What?
I was gonna say you didn't ask me this, but I'm gonna answer anyway. My favorite thing about the HTM industry is this, like, not even being able to name like my favorite. Well, other than you, I have so many favorite people because I'm second,
Hey,
Megan. You're just jealous.
I-
Um, it's honestly like so. I grew up in a small town, and like my favorite thing about growing up in a small town was how close everyone was. Like, and that's how I just feel like the HTM industry is it's a huge industry, but it feels like a small town because you see a lot of the same people, but you're always meeting new people. And when you meet new people, you make connections and you hopefully get to see them again because they want to come back and continue to go to the shows and be connected. So having a million people off the top of my head that I can think of are my favorite people in the industry just shows how amazing everyone is that's in it. And there's
And,
more to come.
and that's the culture of New Orleans, which is probably why I'm more like I am, because New Orleans is like that. Everybody is family when you first meet them. And my wife always jokes with me and tells me that when I at my funeral, they're gonna say Bryant Hawkins, the guy who never met a stranger. And that's just the people like that. That's our culture growing up here. Everybody's family, and that's just something I take to me when when I talk to people in the industry. I treat everybody like family. That's, except my little sisters and cousins. I got a few
Yeah. Hey, we can take it. We
Uh,
have right here for a reason. We can take it.
See
that
that?
is-
Um,
well, yeah, where can everybody find you? Where should they go?
You can find me in New Orleans, of course, but nah, HTM htmonline.com. That's my website, and if you go on my website, it'll give you all my other platforms from that point on, or LinkedIn. But htmonline.com, it's easy. Just go on there, you get everything on there.
We'll link it in the comments, guys, so you can go check out B-Hawk's podcast and everything that he does, and make sure you hit him up because he's everybody's big brother.
or cousin.
Yeah. Except for the old ones, I'm their little brother then.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
one thing I did do too, I didn't know if I mentioned this with my videos. I try to put light on a HTM professional each time I do a video. And how many of y'all think I did last year? If you had to put a number on it so far, how many HTM professionals you think I've highlighted? Take a guess. I've done 100 videos, so that just gives you at least 100. But
I was gonna say, but you always have a couple people in each one that you highlight. I don't know. I'm gonna say like 450.
oh Jesus Christ,
That's crazy. I was going to say like 200.
close 185.
Yeah.
Dang.
And that's pretty challenging to find 185 people in the industry
Yeah.
that you know. And I like the part when they wake up in the morning, they be like, "Man, you did a video out," and it just warms my heart, to know that they appreciate it, and that actually inspires me too. So that's where I get my motivation from.
Aw.
Love that, B-Hawk. All right. Well, I guess we got to go, right?
Yeah. Talk about Kennedy being your favorite person. She will actually be your least favorite person if we keep going because she's going to say it's too long. We got to cut it.
That's
So
why that's why I gave her that love, so she's gonna be so inspired. She's gonna just go on and on and on. You know, great job, Kennedy. Great job.
thanks, Kennedy.
I thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate you guys. I mean, I'll come anytime. When y'all first told me y'all was gonna do it, I was your biggest cheerleader. I'm still am. So
All right.
continue doing what you're doing. If you need me, you know I'm here for you.
Thanks,
Aw.
B-Hawk. Have you on anytime except when Sydney's on.
The Creek girl, huh?
I feel like we can't show this podcast to our team. People are going to be so upset. I'm a little scared.
I love you, Sydney. Okay, we cool, Sydney.
Everyone's good. All
Not-
love.
or the second favorite, and maybe not even the third, Sydney. I don't know where I'm at either. So
You in
Hey,
there?
work harder.
There you go. Work harder. You're getting up too late.
no. Listen, I just gotta be
Kristen,
a better suck up, okay?
uh, Kristen actually answered my text messages though. You see.
And your calls, even when I'm in my boxing class and it accidentally texts you back. Sorry about that.
Exactly. There you go.
Happens all the time.
But Megan's too busy running marathons.
Oh my god. No, actually that one day you guys were texting in that group text, I was running a 10 miler and I was dying. I was like, I can't answer you guys.
Proud of you. Well, everyone, this was so fun. We definitely need to do this again.
Yep. Yep. 3 months from now, every quarter. Okay.
Every quarter. Marking you in.
Yep.
Appreciate
All right, guys.
Bye.
Appreciate you.